someone like me. This is the Persuaders, Season 1. There is only one season, and we're reviewing every episode of the Persuaders using my space system: story, pacing, artistry, characters, enjoyment. Each category gets a score between 0 and 2. 2's the best you can get in any category. Terry Nation wrote this one, and Bernard Lee is in this one, who plays M in James Bond. So it's going to be Roger Moore and him teaming up pretty soon, because James Bond Live and Let Die is right after this series. There's no season 2 because he went on to become James Bond, and probably my favorite James Bond. Though I think Sean Connery might be the best James Bond, but I don't know, I really like Roger Moore a lot. But those two are definitely your two top contenders for that role. Anyways, I'm going to give the storyline a 2 out of 2. It's Terry Nation. This guy's crazy. Yet again, as we know, they always use doubles or misunderstandings and whatever, and like role swapping. And so this one plays with that, which I thought was really fun. So Brett is kidnapped for about a week, and so he misses all this time. And he's like saying, hey, I was in this weird fake hospital. They were trying to make a duplicate of me. He sees these drawings or photographs of his face with grid lines. And these are the photographs that you would use for, like, if you're getting a nose job or if you're fixing up someone's face, plastic surgery, where they have a grid on the person's face to try to align everything. So he feels that they're trying to make a duplicate of me for some odd reason. Turns out it's really just hypnosis. So think of the Manchurian Candidate. They have triggered him to say certain phrase words to then do certain actions. So the point here is that he has to kill a friend of his, and his friend is a recluse, and only Brett can get close to him. So once he gets close to him, he'll kill him. Brett will presumably go to jail for murder, and his new wife will inherit all of it with her boyfriend. So it's their plan to get Brett to do this. I thought this was really cool. There's a lot of intricacies back and forth. There's the whole thing where Brett starts to think there's a duplicate of me, and then Danny's like, well, how can that be? It wouldn't have fooled me. But then they get into a fight, and the way he figures out that it's not a duplicate and that he really is just being hypnotized is that there's a bruise on his arm. Brett didn't even know how it got there, but he's like, well, we fought, and if it was a duplicate, I would have hurt him, not you. So it's obviously hypnosis and not a duplicate. Pretty cool. I thought this was really good, and there was a lot of back and forth. For the pacing, I'm going to give it a 2 out of 2 as well, because information is given to you pretty quickly. Like, there's a scene, he's kidnapped, boom. These old shows move a little bit quicker nowadays. Like, I feel like this episode would have been 2 episodes of a regular TV series, which I find more TV series to be slow moving in the sense of, like, the grand scheme of the thing. Like, if you watch the entire season, you're like, why was this, 10 episodes? Like, I don't, this could have been probably 5. Like, even The Penguin, which I thought was a fantastic series, did that need to be 8 episodes? Probably not. It probably could have been like 6. You know what I mean? I love that series, and I gave it a perfect score because it was just done so well. But, being honest with myself, yes, surely we could have cut that down. This one moves very fast, so I'm giving it a 2 out of 2. The artistry, I'll give it a 1.5. There are different locations here. It's not just the one location thing. They do use there's that one set which is just like a room, and then there's a staircase going up and around, and they've redressed that like so many times at this point. And they've redressed it to be this like kind of fake hospital, which later gets burnt down because they get rid of the evidence. But that still looked pretty cool. There's some good fights, it was pretty decent for the artistry. I like the music and all that. Characters, I'm going to give it a 1.5 for characters. So obviously Brett and Danny are absolutely awesome. The villains were okay. I'm giving them sort of a little minor pass. Their plan was fine. I feel like if they wanted that husband to die, they could have done something else that would have made it easier. Like, he could have just been in an accident or something. Now that's really a story element, not really a character element. But it's like the characters, just the way that they're acting about it just feels weird. Like, it's a little bit weird. And I just feel that I know it's a story element, but because the characters are planning this thing, I just feel that they're kind of dumb a little bit. So you can put it under story, you can put it under characters. It doesn't matter. I'm taking off a 0.5 for that. It's a bit weird. Otherwise, everything is fine. Enjoyment factor, I'll give it a 1.5. Again, same sort of reasoning I just gave you. A couple of little things that were just like, it's a little weird, and why do you need to do that? Why would he need to attack his buddy? I don't know. The story itself, I still think is really cool, like the idea of what's going on, but then the little intricacies is where I have a problem with it. I can't really take off a 0.25 or something from the story, so I've removed it from my characters and my enjoyment factor to balance the scales a little bit. So I'm giving this one an 8.5 out of 10. Really enjoyable episode. I really liked it a lot. I'm glad he wasn't a duplicate, because I'm tired of already that it's already like too many of these duplicate storylines. I don't remember how many more there are to go. This is my third time watching Persuaders. But anyways, loved the episode regardless. So please check out Persuaders. It's awesome. Also, please remember to subscribe and like the video and check out the playlist for classic TV shows. That's it. Until next time.